Good afternoon, Graham.
Good afternoon.
Now, while you were not actually on stage during the panel session this morning, your company did get mentioned more than once. Perhaps if you could tell us a little bit more about the COBA Project.
Yeah, we've launched the COBA Project really with the single initiative of solving the problem of pan-European consolidated tape. Clearly, the issues of market transparency in Europe have been of some concern to regulators, to institutions, both buy and sell side. And I think that now the time is to come for us to propose a concrete solution, and for the first time the COBA Project is proposing a delivery plan to deliver a pan-European consolidated tape.
Which, if you perhaps could outline that plan.
Yeah, the plan is relatively simple, although quite complicated.
Yes.
As you can imagine, there has been an awful lot of talking which has been taken place over the last 4 or 5 years. Since 2007, people have talked about the need for greater market transparency, and it's clearly something which is very important within the MiFID text. So what the plan is effectively we're taking 3 different streams or important strands of work streams and trying to pull those all together to deliver a business solution. Stream number 1 is the regulatory stream. Clearly within the text we're talking, there has been a proposition to talk about a consolidated tape providers and the way that those consolidated tape providers should act and provide a consolidated tape to the data. What we're proposing is to launch what we call a consolidated tape administrator, and that consolidated tape administrator would be looking after the licensing, the billing, the compliance, the technical standards, but also the reallocation of the commercial model, reallocation of revenues back to those people who contribute the data to the tape. The second stream is the technical stream. We've had a lot of work being done on data standards. Up until now, it would have been very difficult to consolidate data in a coherent form had not there been significant progress in data standards which had been delivered by first the Market Model Typology Initiative, the MMT Initiative, and more recently the FPL Initiative, which aligns those standards to the industry. So with those technical standards, it makes it much quicker and easier for us to deliver that consolidated tape. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, and this is where the discussion continues to be raised, is the commercial solution. The commercial solution is a debate effectively between the existing suppliers of pan-European data, the exchanges and the MTFs, etc., and the consumers of that data. You can technically today actually obtain a pan-European consolidated tape, but commercially the price is just not reasonable. And part of the MiFID text is that we need to deliver a reasonable price for that pan-European consolidated tape. What we propose is a firm pricing model. A pricing model for post-trade data which is reasonable in terms of price of consumption. We're talking about €69 for what we call a tradable tape and €39 for a OTC style tape, and then redistributing those revenues back to the exchanges. Why do we think it's going to work? Well, although the headline price is significantly lower, what we do believe is there are significant opportunities, growth opportunities, for the new use of a recognised tape of record, and this is where we believe that there is growth opportunities for the whole industry.
Now, whilst I don't necessarily disagree with anything you're saying, I can imagine from the exchange point of view, it must be a quite a scary time, I suppose, to be in charge of an exchange when you're looking at massive amounts of fragmentation, loads of new venues popping up that are essentially taking away business from them. They're worried they're going to lose all their money from what they think is still their biggest, strongest suit, which is having all that data on board. How are you able, as the COBA Project, to help appease those parties to make this happen without having to then go to the very painful process of forcing regulation?
Well, I think it's by providing a coherent business proposition, a coherent plan. And for the first time we are proposing or delivering a plan. And the thing is that under that plan, you know, the people who come to the table, who commit to this particular project, those people can contribute to the way that we formulate that business model. So the people who come first, the exchanges who are prepared to commit to discussions and to being round a table, to implementing this solution, they will have an opportunity to formulate that plan rather than the delegated acts which you're referring to.
So essentially, COBA is in many ways the carrot before, should you not accept it, Brussels comes in with a rather heavy regulatory stick.
Yes, COBA is perhaps the carrot, but COBA really is more than a carrot. COBA provides a real opportunity for the industry to solve an industry-led problem. And if we can provide that industry-led solution to an industry problem, then that can only be for the benefit of our industry.
Absolutely, and in many ways it will show a certain maturity of the market, which perhaps because we've got this fairly polarised universe at the moment of a couple of key exchanges, as we see more fragmentation, as it starts to develop into cross-asset trading and all these other areas that we're now seeing where the complexity is only increasing, seeing that maturity hopefully should bring some confidence back into the markets, which is sorely needed.
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason behind the launch of this project is to demonstrate an improved market transparency. The market needs greater transparency, and as you quite rightly said, if we can lead with a transparent equity market, there is no reason why this initiative could not be rolled out into other asset classes and provide greater transparency across the whole of Europe.
Well, for you and for all of us, I wish you the very best of luck, and thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.